Welcome to my altar, my child. Have you come to make a confession? I suppose. Mommy Superior. I can tell you've been very, very naughty. You see, I think you've got some sins that needs venting. I can smell them, I can taste them. That's quite enough. I can feel them. Yeah, okay. You've come here in order to atone for your sins. I've come to be mildly entertained. Or perhaps you're not sinned enough. Either way, we're going to get to the bottom of this, my child. Some of these questions will be extremely uncomfortable, yeah, I bet. Some of these questions will be extremely embarrassing, right? But if you seek divine judgment, you must be honest with yourself. I don't know if I seek divine judgment. Under no circumstances are you to lie to me. I get it. I get it. Yeah. What happens then? Literally bite your dick in half. Who's to say that... Okay. Like right in half. Okay. Super dick chomp right in half. Yeah, okay. And if you don't have a dick, I will certainly attach a dick to you for the sole purpose of biting it in half. Okay, yeah, I was about to ask if I'm a woman, but I felt like maybe women don't play these types of games. I hope I've made my position clear. Okay. Yeah, ask me the basics. Have you ever fisted a nun? No. I'm glad that one's out of the way. Oh, I see, because you're a nun. Would you consider yourself to be open-minded from a sexual perspective? I don't think... Not amazingly so, I think. There are people who say, oh, I'd try anything once. But no, I wouldn't try anything once. Does that mean that I'm not open-minded? I will say no. I feel like no is better applicable. Would you consider yourself to be a sexual person? We'll say yes, it is, an active part of my life. Do you masturbate at least once per week? Yes. Are we going to increase? Okay. Okay, it's luck of the draw that I can say no to this question. It's only a bit past noon, so no. Why not? Do you enjoy the sensation of having things enter your anus? Well, to be honest, I wouldn't know. But once again, like the I'll try anything once thing, at some point I think I could somewhat imagine what it would be like. And I don't think I would enjoy that. But maybe, maybe I should try that at some point, I don't know. I haven't, and I suspect that I wouldn't enjoy it, so no. Do you like the thought of being called naughty little slut? No, I think those are too feminine terms. And maybe they shouldn't be, but that's what I feel like. So no. Do you like the thought of being degraded? Yeah. Do you like the thought of degrading others? Yeah. Do you like the thought of being urinated on? No, not at all. Do you like the thought of dressing up in slutty outfits? Once again, I feel like slutty is like a very feminine term, and maybe it shouldn't be. All I'm saying is that's what I feel like. Also, I wouldn't really know in what way I would enjoy a masculine outfit. Like firefighter or something. No, I don't think I'm really into that. Do you like being called names like daddy or mommy? No, it makes me very uncomfortable, I'd wager. I'd like to keep parents just all the way out of it. Do you like being called names like baby boy or baby girl? No. No age play, please. Do you like the thought of being fisted? No. Do you watch porn? And what if I said no here? What if I just said no here? Yeah. Do you like the thought of being choked? Yeah. Do you enjoy the thought of having your genitals kicked repeatedly? Not really. Have you ever eaten ass? No. Have you ever pinched your nipples really hard? No, not really hard. Have you ever masturbated in public? Yeah. Have you ever urinated in public? Yeah, not in a sexual way, but Have you ever masturbated with fruit or vegetables? Okay, so the freaking grapefruit video comes to mind now. But no. Do you cry when you orgasm? Heavy question. But no. Would you fuck Santa Claus if you had the opportunity? It would be a legendary story. But no. Have you ever lit your arm on fire and fist fucked a goat? No, not yet. Yeah, me neither. Okay, great, mommy superior. If I could come through your screen right now, would you want me to? I feel like you'd, first of all, I think you'd be into too many extreme things. But most importantly, you threatened to bite my dick in half. I mean, come on. You can stay right there, mommy superior. If I could come through your screen right now, would you want me to? Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure. If you only had one day left to live, would you choose to spend it having sex? Interesting question. Yeah, fuck it. If you could have sex with a demon, would you? The thought and stuff behind it is, of course, extremely erotic, but I feel like there would be consequences to this. So, in real life, I wouldn't. If you could duplicate yourself, would you fuck yourself? No, not at all. If you could lick your own genitals, would you? No. I have tried whether it would be possible. But I think even if it were, I wouldn't. I feel like sucking your own dick would feel more like sucking dick than getting your dick sucked, is something I've read before. So no. Would you enjoy having sex outdoors? Possibly. Would you run naked down the street in a crowded neighborhood for fun? No. It's not, that would be too uncomfortable. Have you ever flashed anyone your naked body? No. I've spared people this far. Would you fuck me? As I said before, I feel like the whole threat of biting my dick off, it will make things too risky. I don't know what you'd be capable of or will be allowed to do if I said yes here. Yeah, so that would be the main reason why I'm going to say no. I'd fuck me, okay? It's good self-esteem. Would you let a spider crawl on your genitals? Hell no. Would you cheat on your partner in a relationship? I'd like to think not. Would you have sex with an alien if you met one? Would once again be a hell of a story. It may also depend on what an alien looks like. But I think the safe answer and the probably realistic answer would be no. Have you ever masturbated to anime? I suppose. Have you ever thought about elderly people while masturbating? No. Like maybe in an intrusive thought kind of way, or like when there's an ad and there's an advertisement on the side for like elderly people, but not in an enjoyable manner. So no. Are you attracted to intelligence above aesthetics? No, I wouldn't say that I am. Are you attracted to tattoos? Maybe a little bit, yes. Do you like the idea of being drunk during sex? I like the idea. Do you like the idea of being high during sex? I guess I like the idea. Are you horny right now? No, not particularly. No. I'm not erect. Are you uncomfortable answering some of these questions? Somewhat, I guess. Not that much. I've been through the ringer before, But we'll say yes. Are some of these questions sillier than tits on a taco? Are they sillier than tits on a taco? Tits on a taco is pretty silly. But lighting your arm on fire and fisting a goat is also very silly. But actual tits on a taco, that is very silly. So I'm going to say no. If you could somehow modify your genitals in any way, would you? Interesting question. You know, I guess. I don't think it would be truthful to say no. You know, you can always have just that extra centimeter. Yeah. Probably. If an attractive stranger bluntly asked you to go back to their place to have sex, would you drop what you were doing and accept their offer? We're going to say probably yes. If you knew someone had COVID-19, would you still fuck them? You know, I'm vaccinated. It's not that much of a problem anymore. But I am a bit of a germaphobe. Yeah, it's not an STD, come on. Yeah. So, you wanna get busy? Right. Do you like the idea of being married? Not particularly. Although, do I like the idea? Not particularly, no, not particularly. Do you like the idea of sleeping with someone who's already married? Also, not particularly. Have you ever masturbated with a vacuum or a Hoover? Thought has crossed my mind, but have not done so. Have you ever been licked by one of your pets while masturbating? No, I don't have any pets. I know. Has anyone ever caught you masturbating? Yeah. If I told you God was watching you masturbate, would that turn you on? Extreme voyeurism. Oh yeah, you like this God? No. Would you ever have sex with someone you were not attracted to? You mean totally not attracted to? You know, attraction is not a binary scale. But like a 5. No, I think a 5 could still be doable. And if we count a 5 as being a failing grade, then I guess I'd have to say yes here. Do you fantasize about having sex with a celebrity? No. Have you ever had a wet dream? Yeah. Would you ever star in a porn film? No, that's too much exposure. Have you ever got a phone number from someone who's interested in you, but you decided not to call them? No, I don't think so. Although, you know, sort of, I once went on a date, which went well. We had sort of the agreement that we would see each other again, or the thoughts, but and we had each other's number, but I never called, and she never called either. Does that count? I guess that counts, so I'm going to say yes then, yeah. Have you ever given someone who's interested in you a fake phone number to avoid future contact with them? No. Would you consider yourself to be a bully in the bedroom? I don't think I would be. In fantasy that might be fun, but in reality I don't think so. Would you consider yourself to be attractive? And not particularly. You know, still like at least a 5, so doable for people of my standards, but not particularly. Do you sometimes struggle with confidence in your love life? I suppose so. Is it going to be heavy questions now? Are you comfortable with your body? Oh, not entirely, no. Do you like showing yourself off in the nude? So, no, it's basically the same question phrased differently. Would you consider yourself to be sexually adventurous? No, not particularly. Would you have sex with a dirty, unbathed, homeless person? No. See, the COVID-19 one, okay. But for this, I am too much of a germaphobe. I think no matter how attractive they were, even if it were Kate Upton, I wouldn't. No. Would you have sex with someone you were deeply in love with, but they had an incurable sexually transmitted infection? No. Is that horrible? I'm not saying that I wouldn't be with them, or, you know, wouldn't do like a communal masturbation thing, but like I'm not going to infect myself with an incurable sexually transmitted disease just for having sex. No matter how deeply I were in love, I think. So, no. Do you like the idea of watching someone have sex without them knowing that you're watching them? The idea... Yeah, I think this is the same thing with the BDSM test. I consider this essentially what porn is, but I'm then categorized as like being a voyeur, like into voyeurism, which is not really the case. But also, yes. Do you have to be attracted to someone's personality in order to have sex with them? No, not really. Do you prefer monogamy in a relationship? I think so. Would you try anything once? I said this just now, and I'm going to say no. Do you ever growl during sex? Wouldn't know. Really wouldn't know. This is a toss-up. I don't think it would be my immediate natural response. But I don't know, maybe so. We'll just say no. Do you like the idea of being suffocated during sex? I like the idea. Do you like the idea of making love rather than having sex? Not particularly. Do you prefer to have sex with someone whom you know nothing about? That would make the process of getting there easier for me, I think. Maybe yes. Yeah. If an angel appeared in your room and wanted to conceive a child with you, would you go for it? I'd have to think that if an angel wanted to have a child with me, that this would be not out of a sexual desire for me primarily, but more because it was necessary for God's plan. You know, that my child would be an important person or a prophet or, I don't know, a savior. And maybe that would be important. So maybe I would do that. On the other hand, that would put some that would put pressure on my child to be born as part of an important part of God's plan, and to probably have their life predetermined and in a way. I don't know if I would want that for my child. I probably wouldn't. But then again, I do think that probably God would have a very good reason, and maybe the child wouldn't mind to be an important, a main character in this story of God. So I think I would then, though I don't think it would be hugely enjoyable, because, you know, lust is a sin, so I can't imagine the angel enjoying themselves really, or approving of enjoyment in my case. Especially, well, lust is a sin until you're married, but, you know, I'm not married to this angel. So, you know, that would not be the best sex, I think. So maybe I wouldn't even do it for that, but I would probably do it just to do the right thing, provided that I'm given sufficient reason and argument to do so. Unless it's like a type of thing that an angel appears and says, like, you know, I just really want to have sex with you. It has nothing to do with God's plan. Actually, I want to become a fallen angel, and I want to do so through this. Then the sex would be probably pretty good. And then I'd also say yes. So anyway, the answer would probably be yes. If a demon appeared in your room and wanted to conceive a child with you, would you go for it? So now it's the reverse. Okay, think of everything I just said in reverse. Although no. I think the sex would probably be enjoyable with the demon. But, you know, I had fear for my life and the consequences of what happens then. You know, if I'm then making that demon give birth to the Antichrist this way, I don't know. So I'd have to do the smart thing here and say no. Even though it would be hotter to have sex with a demon than with an angel, probably. Unless the angel were into it. But is it then an angel? These are difficult questions. I'm here, what? Do you feel the presence of someone unseen in your room right now? I actually got a few goosebumps from that. But no, I don't feel the presence of someone unseen. Are you naked right now? Oh, you got me. I'm always naked when I film these YouTube videos. No. Do you like the thought of being spanked? Not particularly. I also have a feminine association with that. And once again, maybe I shouldn't, but because I do, I feel like I don't think so, yeah, that I would be into that. You know, I wouldn't have an aversion to it, but That's not what I fantasize about. Let's just say that. Do you like the thought of being slapped? Oh yeah. You know, that's the difference between spanked and slapped, the femininity of a situation. But you know, just really slapped in the face. Yeah, that could be hot. Anyway, do you like having your hair played with or pulled during sex? I think I'd be into that. Do you like playing with or pulling your partner's hair during sex? I would be into that. If you had an incurable sexually transmitted disease, would you intentionally spread it to other partners? No. What? Have you ever had sex or masturbated in the public restroom? Yeah. Would you have sex with someone for money? So I guess that would have to be someone I wouldn't have sex with normally, but then I would for the money. Probably is the question. Depends on the amount of money, you know. I think everyone has a price in this. But it doesn't say would you ever have sex with someone for money. So I think the spirit of the question is if you would be lax in that. I don't think I'm that lax in that, you know. Yeah. So now. Would you pay money to have sex with someone? You know, I don't think I would hugely enjoy that. Because then the other person is not into it enough to want it without being paid. And though in fantasy, reluctance in that way may be arousing, in practice I don't think it would be. So I don't think I would. But you know, never say never. But I'm going to say no here. If your partner told you that they were attracted to someone in your family, but not as much as they're attracted to you, would it still bother you? I don't think so, you know. I'd guess that my family members look like me. And if they still prefer me, then that's just a sign that they are honest with me and that I indeed have attractive features, as they are also present in my older family member. I don't think it would bother me. No. Do you get anxiety before having sex with someone for the first time? You know, I probably would. This is probably a pretty good place to stop this portion of our confession. Oh? But don't think I'm done with you yet. Okay, Mommy Superior. Oh no, we're just getting started here. I think we could use some more appropriate music for this wild fiesta we're about to have. Oh? Toxic? Oh no. Interesting. Let's get started, shall we? You're home alone. You get a sudden urge to go into the kitchen and make yourself a big-ass bowl of cereal. However, you have no milk left. The only way to get milk is to go across the street and milk your neighbor's cow. However, the only way that cow produces milk is if you milk it with your lips. What do? I'm vegan, so that's... Your parents walk into your room while you're masturbating. They sit on your bed and begin to tell you about this awesome new show on Netflix. They've been there for 10 minutes and won't go away. What do? Talk to them about this awesome new show. Ask them if they could leave the room. Patiently sit there in silence, listening. Probably stop masturbating after the first 5 minutes. So... I'd probably sit there in silence, patiently waiting for them to leave. Yeah. You're eating out at a restaurant. Eating out as in, yeah, not eating at home. Yeah, sorry. Sorry. And the waitress comes over to your table after you're already eating half of your food to explain to you that the chef was caught jerking off into customers' food before serving them. What do? Hey, clam chowder isn't cheap. Finish that shit. Proceed to vomit everywhere twice. Go into the kitchen and stab the chef in the dick. Ask if you're being charged extra for that. I probably, the most reasonable thing here would be to vomit. What a predicament. You're sitting in the park, minding your own business, and a little bird comes over and sits chirping loudly in your ear. Suddenly, the bird turns into an old man and sits next to you. Then the second bird flies over, begins to lightly chirp into your other ear, and then suddenly it too turns into an elderly gentleman whom decides to sit beside you. Where is this going? And then a third bird flies over and begins to lightly chirp directly into your ear, and then suddenly nothing happens. This time it's just a regular bird. What do? I'm really not sure how to answer this question. Ask if I look like fucking Mary Poppins. Get up and slowly walk away. Turn into a bird and fly away, because I can do that. I would ask what's happening to the elderly gentleman. You know, who would walk away from that? I can't turn into a bird. I would ask him what's going on, so maybe I'd ask something along the lines of this, but more polite. Some of these questions are strange, I know. You're standing in line at the grocery store with a box of condoms in one hand and a cheap gift card to Starbucks in the other. The cashier looks at you very questioningly as she scans your items. How dare she? Tell her that they're for a hot date night, then ask her out. Close my eyes tight, she can't see me if I can't see her. Pay for my goods and walk away. Tell her you're shopping for a friend. I wouldn't have the balls to do the first one. The second one, no. Pay for your goods and walk away, that's probably the reasonable thing to do. Very smooth. You're watching your favorite porn and suddenly the actors turn into birds. Come on! You know what? We're just gonna skip this one. You're playing a computer game and speaking to a hot blonde single nun. She asks you a series of questions and you kind of have the feeling that she wants to fuck you, but she's a little shy and doesn't want to just come out and say it. What do? I guess I'd have to go with have sex with the nun. Well, would you look at that? Good to know. I think it's time we move on to the next portion of our confession. I'm going to ask you a set of would you rather style questions. Some of them will be easy to answer, some of them will be very, very hard. Just remember, honesty is the only thing that matters when it comes to judgment. Let's get some appropriate tunage going here. And away we go. Would you rather give the first 90% of a blowjob or the final 10%? The first 90%? She doesn't even know whether I'd enjoy it. I do the first 90%, let it be less bad. Would you rather be ragingly horny 24 hours a day or never be able to have an orgasm ever again? I'd have to go with never having an orgasm again, because otherwise you can't live your life properly. Ragingly is too much. Never have an orgasm again. Would you rather watch your parents have sex or have your parents watch you have sex? This is horrible. I guess have them watch me have sex, because then I'm having sex. Would you rather have group sex? Would you rather have group sex with complete strangers or have group sex with all of your exes? That would be a group of just me. So group sex with complete strangers. So it would be either group sex or no group sex is the question now. Yeah, we'll go with the group sex. Would you rather suck at foreplay or suck at sex? Oh, I'm kinda in both boats. Yeah, we'll do that. That is really unfortunate. Would you rather marry a virgin or would you rather marry someone who's very experienced but has had a lot of sexual partners? Well, marry a virgin because the bar is set very low then. Would you rather be with a partner who you can't sexually please, or would you rather be with a partner who can't please you sexually? Ooh. I guess we'll go with be with a partner who can't please me sexually, because I can please myself quite easily. Would you rather fart uncontrollably when you have an orgasm, or non-stop cry unconsolably when you orgasm? Jesus. What would the other person prefer? I think a reasonable person would prefer the farts. And that would also be less bad for me, maybe. We'll do the farting. Would you rather have fingers-sized nipples or nipple-sized fingers? Daily life would become very difficult with nipple-sized fingers, so I'm going to say finger-sized nipples. Would you rather have sex with a disgusting, smelly, ugly person or the most beautiful, elegant, fresh corpse? I'd go with the beautiful corpse. You know, necrophilia is essentially a victimless crime. Would you rather have sex with someone with really bad body odor or someone with really awful breath? There are positions in which you don't have to smell their breath. Less fun ones, though. But I do the breath then. Yeah. Would you rather wear someone else's dirty, stained underwear for an entire day or use their toothbrush for 5 minutes? Probably the toothbrush then. Stained, damn. Yeah, the toothbrush. Would you rather have sex with me or have sex with me? Have sex with you or have sex with you? Well, I don't really see a lot of options here. The last one. I think I've heard enough. Have you? I've asked you many questions. You've given me many answers. Allow me to consult for a moment with him. And, aha! Judgment is upon thee! Oh my god, based on the answers you presented me? Well, I can see with judgment he wishes upon your soul. It's all so clear now. Well, don't leave me in suspense, Mommy Superior. You are to be transported to another dimension where giants rule the world. You will be caged and sold at the local markets as a special giant cooking ingredient. Once purchased, you will be thrown into a plastic bag. The giant will transport you in this plastic bag to his humble home, and just as you're about to suffocate, he will release you onto the countertop. He will then tie you with twine. It's just because I enjoyed suffocation and being tied up. He will then tie you with... But I said I didn't prefer tall people. He will then tie you with twine, which might as well be human rope, and you will be squeezed tight until your head feels as if it's about to pop off of your tiny little body. He will then turn you around on your belly and insert a long funnel deep into your anal cavity. I said I didn't like that. As he cracks open a dozen large goose eggs and places them into the head of the funnel with a plopping noise. God damn. He lets them slide deep down inside of your anus until they reach your abdomen. To pierce your anus shut. Your belly will be fully engorged and hard, and you will feel quite sick, and then you will be placed to scream in agony the entire time, but somehow you're still alive at the end of the steaming process. The skeletal structure, is it not done yet? Will be entirely revealed, and your muscle will then placed on a chopping board and diced up into a chutney. He takes the ewe omelette over to the window and sits in front of it, where he watches his sexy giant female neighbor. He folds the omelette in half and wraps it. Is this because of the voyeurism thing? I'm not a voyeurist. I was talking about around this enormous, bulging hard cock. When he's all done, he quietly closes the blinds and eats you for breakfast. I hope you enjoy your hell. You've earned it. No, do I? Oh my god, it's horrible. Your secret road is funnel. Remember this word. Reveal your fate to the world.